Eric.
Sorry. There we go. Andreas,
Ian.
Nice to meet everybody.
So what are some things that like we can do to help? Is it like help with like I don't know, I guess different things like the medical thing and like the security here and like other things like that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different avenues there are currently weekly Quilt organizing meetings that are happening hybrid in South Nashville and also on Zoom. And so once we're through this big like launch event, we're going to be turning our attention to like smaller skill shares, social events, instructional things that we want to like share knowledge and teach skills and things like that with each other. So if folks are interested in getting involved on that sort of level, like you can reach out to us on our socials or anywhere and get added to that. If there's anything else that comes to mind. We're just kind of like meeting, talking, seeing what sorts of interests and skill sets. We're gonna hopefully get like some good, be able to reflect on some of the stuff folks are sharing. There is the QR code, if you scan it and fill it out, that'll help us know.
This one?
Different one. The one that's posted on the door there, and then there's one on this right around the corner there. But
of course, I immediately stole something. Thank you.
But that can kind of like you can indicate like what areas you're interested in, whether that is just like participating, whether it is helping to organize. I know you had said you have like some skills that you might be able to like bring to the table, and so we're looking for folks who can help facilitate, co-lead a session, and then getting the word out is the other big thing. Like for a launch event, like I was so like anxious last night. I was like, oh my god, like what if nobody comes?
Dude, so I go to Booker meeting here, and I have never seen the parking lot this full in my entire life. Yeah. I mean, all like 10 times.
Yeah. But it's
So just keep coming to meetings and you guys will be like, hey, we got something kind of up. Do you want to help out with it or know anything? Okay.
Yeah, I'm very new to this space. This is the first like organizing effort I've been involved in. I've been going to DSA meetings here since like August. So I'm not nearly as seasoned as like Mina and Cassidy and Crow are some of the most like seasoned organizers at our chapter. But that's what I've been doing. So I guess I could say it from that perspective. Like I just try to do what my capacity allows for where there are needs, try to fill gaps and support the folks that have vision and are a lot more knowledgeable about kind of like the strategy and organizing techniques and stuff like that.
What can you do?
Oh, I was in the military for a little bit, so I got like medically certified when I was in like that, and like I still kind of keep up to date because I was like never know, like it comes in handy. I don't do work with it anymore, but I still like keep up to date with like procedures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
do you do like DMC work or anything like that?
no, I'm working those right now. I'm planning on like it's boring, it's not career or anything. So I've been kind of thinking about it, but
like it's pretty easy to
That's what I
transfer
saw. It might have been on
training in the military to EMT.
yeah, but I've been out for too long for the certificate thing, so I'd have to redo. I mean, it'd be quick and easy for me. It's just having to go to school and do it all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really be learning just refresh.
I don't know if they even get paid actually.
I'm not sure how much
first.
this guy was.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I really have no idea. I know that they like upgraded at some point to this.
I want to make my own now.
My wife has one and has not broken it out yet. She keeps saying it's going to be one of her projects.
Yeah.
One of those things that never quite happens.
Yeah. There's not an unending list of projects. What do you do with your teammates? I don't even know.
They just kind of pile up.
And And then I think whenever he comes back, for those of y'all, if this is like one of your first DSA events, he has the sign up link for that if you want to plug in, because DSA is a much larger broad 10 effort. Quilt is like our annual campaign this year, so it's like our prime organizing focus. But we have monthly meetings, there's social events, there's reading groups, there's some different like active working groups around like the renters union and things like that. So he has another QR code to get like on our mailing list. Cassidy does an awesome job of kind of like rounding up the next couple weeks of activities that are happening and sends weekly emails that I use to inform my entire life at this point. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that's both like Quilt specific and then also stuff about broader like left-wing organizing in Nashville.
Is that sign up QR code, is that like for the newsletter?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So
I already got that.
Yeah.
What brought y'all to this meeting?
I've paid dues for years. I've just never been active in DSA.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
A lot of times working or like just not, especially during COVID.
Yeah.
Times I couldn't, get on Zoom or whatever.
Do you still have that QR code? Just in case, if anyone else.
Yeah, is anybody not in the DSA mailing list?
Already in. Nina signed me up to Sanders rally.
For a second, for some reason, I thought you might have already gotten it. It was
Happy hour,
right?
Yeah,
nice.
happy hour at what was that bar? No, what's the name of the bar? The gay bar down.
Oh, Tracks.
Tracks. Yes.
The
Yeah.
one where we were, that's right, the one we were out back on.
Yeah, out back. I didn't see you guys for like 30 minutes, and then my
Yes,
friend was
yes,
like,
yes,
oh
yes.
my god! Now we see the communists.
Yeah.
It took a little while, but yeah, it was something that we learned a valuable lesson that night, which is this is one of those bars we really got to make sure people know we are not somewhere you're going to find us easily.
Yeah.
I when I got there, I had to like ask, like, I know there's a patio, like I don't know where, and it doesn't look like you're supposed to.
Cisgender, transgender, straight, or queer, need to know how to go forward and be trained in like succeeding and having a better future. Because as I stated at the beginning, people like us are often left out of organizing. I've been in organizing spaces where I'm the only trans person there, where I'm the only woman there, and it feels really weird, and I feel really annoying trying to like bring up these issues, and people treat me that way. So we're just gonna build it ourselves, because no other place around. So one of the things that Quilt is working on right now is providing access to a lot of trainings and stuff like that, because we need to have the skills in order to organize, to protect ourselves, to work towards a better future. So we have a few different ones here. I'm going to talk first about an organizing training. So organizing is kind of what we're doing here, is getting people together to talk about issues, to formulate strategies, to solve them, to build a organized force together, because we don't have the cash, but we do have people power. And the way that we harness that all is to work together.
And you know power of the people, because the power of the people knows how.
Say what? Exactly. So, in August, the 7th Saturday in August, I and some other organizers are going to be hosting a organizer training. So this is for labor organizing, housing organizing, all these sorts of things. It's going to be a longer training, but we'll have like food and things like that. But these are the types of skills that we need in order to succeed, and because we can't be left out of the conversation, and if they're not going to let us be part of it, then we need to push ourselves forward to be part of it. Cassidy, do you want to talk about your stuff?
Sure. So two things that I'm going to,
I think we're.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody.
Admittedly, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my screen. It's not my screen saver.
Like most of them
stand up
do.
too quick.
Yeah.
bring the clothes that don't fit, bring the clothes you don't like, bring the clothes that aren't you anymore, and trade them with people. We're just all gonna hang out. It's always a lot of fun. But at the same time as that event, I'm also going to be holding some sewing lessons. My background is in theater and in technical theater, so I'm pretty handy with needle and thread. And I would love to share that skill, particularly when it comes to the fact that clothes were not made for people with bodies. And particularly with bodies that they don't think that whoever's marketing the clothes, they don't think it is a marketable audience. Okay. So tailoring your pants, tailoring your shirts, hemming things, fixing things. Clothes are expensive. Fast fashion is killing the world, and we can combat that by bringing our labor to the things that clothe us. So that'll be one thing. Another thing that I'm going to be organizing, once again the date is a little TBD on this, but I'm going to do a kind of a out loud reading group, you don't read the text before, we all read it together. And we're going to be doing a series of lesbian-centered readings, mostly short stories and personal histories, and it's going to be called Remembered in Another Time, which is based off the Sappho quote, I promise that someone will remember us even in another time, because a lot of lesbian history was lost, or not lost but buried. And telling women's stories throughout history and people who are lesbians but not women, all of those stories are essential to our survival. We can learn from the past, and we can keep memories alive, and that's important to me.
Alex, do you want to talk about medical training?
Yeah, so we have a date. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Crow. Hey, Alex. She, her. No, I'm Alex. I use she, her. I have been working with Cassidy and some other folks to start putting together some topics for kind of practical first aid and other essential skills like that. A couple of years ago, I went through an experience of having my home flooded and sheltering in my attic overnight as the waters rose. And since then, I've had like a craving for practical skills, because in that moment, I realized like how much I didn't know. And so I've personally sought out some more like stop the bleed training, some other more advanced like tactical medicine stuff, because in a disaster and in so many other situations, you are your own, you're gonna have to self-rescue, you're gonna have to be your own immediate responder is the term in like disaster lingo. And so we're looking to kind of pull people or pull in resources, spend money on trainers, identify some of those practical skills that we can use to keep each other safe. First one is gonna be basic first aid, and it is scheduled for the afternoon, exact times TBD, of July 29th. So there'll be more info coming out on that soon.
What day of the week is that?
Saturday.
We keep us safe.
Woo!
Carol, do you want to talk about potential self-defense training? I know you commented on it earlier.
Yeah, so I am trying to set a date and time, but if you are interested in doing a self-defense training, again, this would not just be combat oriented, but would be practical safety skills and how to keep yourself safe in any situation. I am going to be arranging those trainings, starting to have discussions about what topics we might like to have covered, and I would love it if we could, I could help y'all equip yourselves with the tools that you need to feel like you are safe when you walk around in the world. So, if you're interested in doing that, definitely keep an eye out. I will be getting the first meeting going in the next, definitely by the end of July. So.
Okay. And then lastly, something Crow commented on, the importance of political education and consciousness and edifying yourself. So we are putting together right now a curriculum for trainings and readings for queer history, queer liberation, queer thought, as well as organizing skills, internationalism, a full suite of things that you should know, things that you should read, the history that has been prevented, that we have been prevented from learning, and that will be coming very soon. I am probably tomorrow going to book the first rooms, but we'll read things like the manifesto from STAR, which you talked about, Sylvia Rivera, and Marsha P. Johnson put together an organization, STAR, Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, or the Gay Liberation Front, their writings as well as like broad stuff that may not particularly touch on queerness, but are extremely important for you to know, like what the hell is organizing, or what is dialectical materialism, and why is it important that I know such a $5 word?
Why is it that every liberation movement and throughout history that's seen any kind of success moves at some point through Marxism? I don't know. I want to just emphasize this point as often as hard as I can, that the political education, understanding the world around you and your place in it, is absolutely essential if you want to equip yourself to make any change whatsoever. Do not ever let anyone tell you that reading is inaccessible or unnecessary, because it is the most necessary part of doing what we're doing. Is deciding, the first step in deciding that you want to build a cupboard is to fucking figure out what a cupboard is made of and put those pieces together. So if we want to build a revolution, we're going to have to figure out how to do that, and there are people who have answers out there that we can access. They work very hard to make these texts accessible and to write these texts, to edit these texts, and translate these texts for us to use, to liberate ourselves. So please, 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 take seriously the project of educating yourself, because it is so, so incredibly important.
Thank you. So, two more things before we close out. So you heard about all of these trainings, and if you're in this room right now, I know you're excited, motivated. If you would like to learn more about these trainings, get updates, get reminders, get communication, or if you yourself have something that you feel like you can offer, something that you can teach. I just recently led a 6-month, every single week political education series, and it was all about socialism. It was about Marxism. It was about racial justice. It was a great political education series.
What qualifications do you have for that?
0. Piss and vinegar and way too much, like a lot of overconfidence in my ability.
Yo, make it till you make it.
So that's the thing, is we also need help. It's not just going to be like, 10 people that help even organize this event. So if you notice on the wall or on the door or something like that, there's a little QR code. So if you want to scan that, you can put your information in and then provide us some stuff. So what exact events you want to know more about, so we can reach out to you actively to make sure that you know that they're going on. We do phone banking and text banking and stuff like that, as well as send out emails in any way that we can remind you to do these sorts of things. As well as if you have something immediately right now that you know that you want to do, we have some ideas, a suggestion bag that I don't know who put that together, but it's very darling. Thank you, Alex. So yeah, that's it for that part. So we're gonna close this out, and we want to close this out in like an exciting way. And we have such good, cute acoustics in here, don't we?
Wow.
Trail now. We're just gonna hit the trail. So I'm gonna lead you in a chant.